Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Scorpio, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy will be from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and at the end I will read from the booklet. And I'm debuting a new tarot deck on my channel today. I'm so excited. It's the Mindscapes Tarot by John Rice. I've been following his artwork on Instagram for a really long time. This has been like a project I think that's been a couple years in the making, and it's so wonderful to see a creator just see their work come to fruition. And he hand drew and created these the artwork for this deck, and so I don't know him, but I'm really happy for him. So excited to use his deck on the channel for this series of readings. So the cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Scorpio? This is for Scorpio, please. Thank you. Oh, I love this for you. Man, I love the Scorpios in my life, man. This is just so great. Number 35, which reduces to an 8. The Strength card in the Major Arcana. It's Leo energy. Talks about this kind of mastery over the beast within. The beast referring to our ego, right? Those parts of our psyche that kind of keep us tethered and sometimes trapped in our own false sense of identity or importance, or you know, the ego is there to keep us safe, but sometimes it can overcompensate a little bit and cause us to shut others out, to repress our feelings, to lash out at others, to not be able to deal with certain aspects that might be difficult. But the Strength card in the upright, it talks about really being able to master that and kind of break down the barriers, to have a sense of oneness. And the card is Loyal Heart. So this could be talking about, like, it could be, you know, a divine partnership, because I do see these two literal lovebirds here, these love owls. But it could also talk about friendship, and it could also talk about your relationship with you and your higher self. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. They really want to highlight the love for you and your higher self, that connection. I think maybe this is a breakthrough that you've had, or for maybe the first time in your life you are understanding what it's like to love yourself, to be loyal to yourself. That's the most powerful relationship you could ever have, right? Everything besides that is extra. And the more you love yourself, the stronger your external relationships become. And you are surrounded by kind of ride or die people, loyal people, because you're loyal to yourself, because you have standards and boundaries and values, whatever those are. You're clear about that. Spirit really wanted me to highlight that connection to yourself and to be proud of that. And it's taken a lot. It's like you've traversed so much and learned so much, and it's almost like you can finally, it's like face everything that you've been through and not have intense shame or embarrassment or regret or sadness, or you can actually kind of look at everything in your life and say, it was all for my best and highest good. It was to teach me so I could come to this place of sacredness for self. It's really beautiful. If this is referring to another person, they're kind of mirroring back to you your majesty, your royalty, right? The owl represents also intellect, but can also represent the subconscious realms because it's a nocturnal animal. You could have a friend who is also a divine counterpart, your ride or die person. There's somebody who really sees you. It's interesting, that expression, you know, I feel seen, but it's very poignant when somebody actually does see you. Because not many people do. Like, many people can be your friend, even your soul tribe members, but to really understand and see you, that's a very special thing. Really, really special. Even more special when you can do that for yourself. I'm gonna pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future, and at the end I'll pull a card of advice from Spirit. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is for Scorpio. One more. Oh, so there are 2 extra cards in this deck that the creator has put in, and you just got one of them, so I will get to that when I get to it. So yeah, I mean, makes sense. We start in the past energy with the 5 of Tides, which is the 5 of Cups. Yeah, you know, talking just now about being able to look back at things and like recognize everything that you've been through, everything that you've overcome, and not have an attachment of extreme sadness to it, or being forlorn or melancholy, or, you know, just being able to say, I've learned so much about myself and the world. I've learned these lessons. I'm continuing to learn, continuing to grow. In the past energy here, though, the 5 of Tides, that talks about melancholy. It talks about, sometimes it can refer to depression, right? But that's something that a professional would need to diagnose. If it's not actual diagnosable depression, it could just be a state of being where you feel this lack of zeal or zest for life, this lack of passion. 5 of Cups can often talk about glass half empty mentality, of a lack of abundance, or lack of abundance mentality, where we just can't see the light. We can't quite grasp how we're going to get out of these gray clouds. This is your past energy. It's clarified by the Page of Spires, or the Page of Swords in the reverse. You can see here these mountains and this is a hot air balloon, the little basket here, kind of things taking off. Page of Spires is curiosity, this state of being where, you know, we don't know all the answers, but we want to ask more questions. It's piquing our curiosity, our interest. And so we're going to take it one step further and say, you know, I'm going to do some research on that, or I'm going to start asking questions, or reading more about it, or, you know, kind of wondering how I can approach that, go there, buy that, do that, create that. That's the Page of Spires. It's proactive, but from a thinking space, like really challenging yourself to kind of step outside of a comfort zone. I think getting in a hot air balloon would be stepping outside of somebody's comfort zone, right? You got this card in reverse though. In the past energy, it could have been really difficult for something to, you know, literally take off. Like it could have been difficult for you to lift yourself out of this feeling because it feels very heavy, right? And this one, not being able to take off because it's weighted down. Can I have a clarifier for the past energy for Scorpio? King of Branches in reverse, King of Wands in reverse. So I couldn't, this card came out for, I want to say it came out for Cancer, but now I can't remember. But I couldn't think of what this contraption was, and I just called it a water wheel. I think it's a water wheel, but I don't know if there's like another technical term for it. But anyway, it carries water so that it can propel some kind of physical motion. So it might be like running some kind of mechanism on the inside of the building, but it carries water. It allows the flow of water to move this wheel. So there's some kind of, with the King of Branches or the King of Wands, it's a lot of momentum, a lot of initiative. It's catalyst, somebody who knows how to be their own catalyst. Like they're very self-motivated. By the time we reach the King, it's like divine masculine who knows the direction that they want to move into. They're confident about their passions, they're confident about their ideas, and they just go for it. And this was in reverse for you. Maybe the water ran dry, there was nothing moving, there was a lack of inspiration. It was difficult. I could see, really difficult for you, the past energy. It's like Spirit wants me to say something else, but I can't hear the message. So I have a little card on my desk and it says, I am resilient. And Spirit drew my attention to it. I am resilient, I am guided, I am magic. So maybe it was like you had to say some kind of mantra to yourself over and over and over again in the past to remind yourself that you are strong. They're now showing me the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior living to fight another day. I don't see it on the table, I just see it in my mind's eye. The Nine of Wands. Tenacious, resilient, standing tall and proud. Now they're playing the song. You don't like the song, but that song that goes, ain't nothing gonna break my stride, nobody gonna slow me down, I've got to keep on moving. They're playing that song. In the present energy, King of Stones in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse. And these are such beautiful cards. God, they're so beautiful. It's like they transport you to another world. King of Stones, King of Pentacles, heavily Capricorn energy. Talks about a person, right? The kings, we just talked about the King of Branches in reverse. Now there's the King of Stones. It's like, this is a person who is very well established. They may have a firm foundation, really strong soul tribe, community, family. Their finances are in order, their affairs are in order. It's like they're in control, but they're also very generous people. Like they have abundance. And it's kind of like in this situation, it's like looking out onto my kingdom, right? And journaling or making notations of the plans that I have and what I'm going to do next. And the sky is the limit, these kind of expressions. And you got this card in reverse in the present energy. It's kind of like you want to get there, but there could be a few things holding you back at the moment. Four of Tides, Four of Cups in the upright. Four of Cups talks about apathy, complacency, not being able to see clearly where it is that we can find that opportunity of passion and creativity and rejuvenation of the heart chakra. Like this is literally the card of like being unable to see the Ace of Cups. Because it's dark, and yeah, we have some guiding lights. The sky is beautiful, right? It's beautiful, but we're not in like a speedboat. We're not really going anywhere. We want to move, but we're not really moving. Like, these are very semi-calm waters, and there are no oars down in the from the boat. We're not really going anywhere. It's like a period of like stasis at this time. Maybe because you're just trying to figure out your next move. And I mean, maybe some of it could be like, you know, you've figured out who you are, but now you have to figure out who in your soul tribe is out to help you, not hinder. Because we do, unfortunately, have people in our surroundings that try to hinder us. It's just fact. This is just humanity. And sometimes people are not cool. Sometimes people plant ideas in our heads that are, you know, when we're in a moment of vulnerability, they could really affect us. They could really hurt us. They could really almost persuade us to go against our own selves. I don't think you're allowing that to happen. Or you're really trying not to. I think you're becoming more cognizant if you are amongst individuals like this. But it is causing you to kind of, you know, it's not quite the Five of Tides. It's not like we're not totally lost at sea, but we could be really challenging ourselves to like figure out the next move before daybreak. You know, Scorpio does linger in the shadowy realms for a while. You're comfortable there. These are the shadowy realms. Can I get a clarifier for the present moment, please? King of Stones in reverse, Four of Tides for Scorpio. For Scorpio, please, Spirit. Thank you. 2 cards came out. Yeah. Wow. 2 major arcana just popped out for you. The first one was number 18, the Moon. The Moon, Pisces energy. Secrets, illusion, confusion, mystery. Yeah, we're in those shadowy depths, aren't we? But what is lovely? Spirit just sang Stevie Wonder, Isn't She Lovely? Those are the only words that I know of that song, because I haven't really looked at the lyrics, even though it's a classic. I'm just hearing, Isn't She Lovely? Isn't She Lovely? So Spirit might be talking to you. If you identifies feminine energy. Isn't she lovely? Well, okay. I'm going to say something, and it's not like meant to offend. I'm just getting kind of making a connection. There's like a thread happening with Spirit. When we think of Stevie Wonder, tremendously brilliant, genius level magician. Wow, I said magician. Musician. There's a funny meme about that. Musician. He's also a magician. But Stevie Wonder is also known to be blind, right? Although people have contested that. I'm thinking of Shaquille O'Neal. But anyway, there's something about blindness, right? So please forgive the connection, but that's the connection that I made, that Spirit showed me, that there is something that you're not seeing, right? And it's important because And it's important that this card came out because it's almost on purpose. Like Spirit understands that you can't see it, and that's by design. Because the moon is all about secrets, illusion, confusion, illumination in the darkness. So it's kind of like telling, Spirit kind of telling me, Scorpio is where they need to be in this moment. It's precisely where you need to be. In still waters, right? Still waters run deep, that expression. In still waters, things will come bubbling to the surface. Not to worry, the Emperor came out. Number 4 of the major arcana, Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries, but I kind of feel like this is your energy, that once you kind of reconcile this, it's almost like kind of let go a little bit, then that's when the control bounces right back to you. It's like let go of the control to be able to get the upper hand on something, to be able to see more clearly, to be able to see the plan, the downloads from Spirit. The Emperor, number 4 of the major arcana, the ultimate divine masculine, has the power of all 4 kings of the tarot. This is no joke energy. I mean, it's kind of represented by like the Great Wall of China, which is like one of the 7 wonders of the world. I mean, I don't know how many wonders there are now, but it's one of the 7 wonders. It's like it's like the pyramids. It's like a feat of human ingenuity, although the pyramids, I don't know if it's human, but like it's this sense that you've been building, and things are coming to fruition. It already has happened. A lot of what you've built is already in existence. Your personal empire, none of that is going away. But what Spirit wants to challenge you with is to build, continue to expand, to explore, to challenge yourself. Right? Because it comes out with these 2, well, the 1 major arcana and 1 of the extra cards that this creator has included. First one, number 1 of the major arcana, the Magician, Master Manifester. So you have the Emperor, divine masculine. You have the Magician, power of all 4 suits of the tarot. The Magician can wield everything at their disposal and make things work in their favor. They have ingenuity. That's what the Magician is all about. You can make something out of nothing, but it's not nothing. It's just using your wits, your wherewithal, using everything in your heart and soul to create. It is clarified by the number 22 in this deck, and it's called the Catacomb. What are the catacombs? What are catacombs? It's like where they bury the dead, you know, like hidden. Again, there's something about like in the shadowy depths and underneath the surface. This is where Pisces, I mean, you're comfortable in these spaces as a sign. The catacomb in this deck refers to kind of resurrecting the past, looking at the past. We can see here things that have been buried and locked away. It's interesting that these 2 cards came out because we can see the ladders here kind of leading down further and further and further. Right? It's almost like in the future potential, the way that you'll be able to bring in abundance and let go of any kind of blockages is to dig deep, like deep into the past, into either your past life or your family lineage or something. It's okay, now it's like my third eye is like buzzing. It's like there's something to unlock in your family history that will release a lot of hang-ups you may have, or kind of residual trauma from your parents. I mean, these are heady ideas, But this is precisely what happens when you go through the dark night of the soul. Stuff like this, it happens. Because you're asking the right questions. And you're looking at it head on. In prayer, in meditation, in journaling, in conversation. You're not shying away from what could potentially be troubling, right? It's not the most pleasant picture. It's very symmetrical, though. I'm noticing how symmetrical it is. But even if we don't, because it's these two openings here, right? I mean, maybe it's not about being afraid of what's going on here. Maybe it's about communing with these ghosts from the past, with your ancestors, with your spirit guides, passed away loved ones. It's communing with them. It's talking to them. It's asking them to guide you. So let me get a card of advice from Spirit. Look at this. Beautiful. Another major arcana. Number 17, the star. That's gorgeous. Right, it's the cover of the deck. Aquarius energy, wish fulfillment, guidance, healing. It's interesting too, though, because it's like, is it a star or is it a meteorite, right? And we can see the two deer over here. Again, in the darkness, but there's so much lushness. There's beauty. It's this sense of like, Spirit's like, we're coming home to ourselves. Deep healing, respite, safety. It's also clarified by, or rather, Spirit's advice with the 9 of Tides, 9 of Cups. You know what these are in the tarot? This is what we call it. This is the minor arcana version of this major arcana card. It's like double confirmation. Wishes coming true. Deep spiritual healing. Like going off into the sunset with that 9 of Tides. It's beautiful energy for your future potential. Spirit is saying, it's almost like stay the course. That's the message that Spirit's giving me. Stay the course. So number 35, I'll read from the book. Loyal heart. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. Gorgeous. That's your reading, Scorpio. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Scorpio.